Back online, we're working, and Cantor and I are earning our second electrical engineering degree of the year. So this is welcome to Congregation Beth Ahabah. I'm Rabbi Scott Nagel. This is Cantor Sarah Beck Berman. Our music director, Natan Bernstein, is over by the piano. And tonight's Simchat Torah service is featuring the amazing, the incomparable Klezmer band, My Son, the Doctor. For those of you joining us at home, we're using Mishkan Tefillah, a reformed siddur for weekdays and festivals. The page numbers we will be announcing will match the online book perfectly. For those of us who are following along here or with a print edition, we'll be using the blue numbers on your pages in brackets. We're going to begin our worship as we celebrate this special day where we read the end of the Torah and begin it immediately anew, so that Torah is a constant in our lives. As we turn together to page 643 with Gesher Tsar Me'od.
כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל. גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד, העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, לא לפחד כלל.
back in our prayer books, back in our Sidurim to page 384. Page 384, as we kindle the festival lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher Kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel yom tov. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of this festival.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel yom tov.
We continue on page 386. Page 386, as Cantor leads us in the festival Kiddush and Shehechianu. Just a reminder, the festival Kiddush is different from the Kiddush we say on Shabbat, but it does still celebrate this festival over wine or grape juice.
Way number one that this Kiddush is a little bit different is the melody, which is ya da 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 ya da 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 da. And way number two is in the middle of the page when we see that little inset paragraph with different festivals to choose from. When we get to that point in the prayer, we will use the Atzeret Simchat Torah option. And because it's not Shabbat, it's a Monday night, we will ignore all of the parentheticals that you would add if we were saying this prayer on Shabbat as well. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol am, v'romemanu mikol lashon, v'kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahavah, moadim l'simcha, chagim uzmanim l'sason. Et yom hasheni chag ha'atzeret hazeh, zman simchatenu, mikra kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim. Umoadei kodshecha, b'simcha u'b'sason inhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh Yisrael b'hazmanim. And the Shehechianu on the next page. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, for giving us life, sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this joyful occasion.
Amen. L'chaim. L'chaim. Delicious. We continue together as we read together on the bottom of page 389. Together, may our eyes sparkle with the light of Torah, and our ears hear the music of its words. May the space between each letter of the scrolls bring warmth and comfort to our soul. May the syllables draw holiness from our heart, and may this holiness be gentle and soothing to us and to all God's creatures. We rise together for Barhu, our call to worship, page 394. Continue on page 400, as we prepare for Shema. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. May be seated. We're going to make a big flip now, a big flip to page 480, for our festival celebrational prayer. Our God and God of our ancestors, be mindful of your people Israel and recall our merit for good and grace, and in loving kindness and compassion for life and peace on this festival of Atzeret Simchat Torah. Zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo letova.
Amen.
Ufokdenu vo livracha.
Amen.
Vehoshienu vo lechayim.
Amen.
This day remember us for well-being.
Amen.
This day bless us with your nearness.
Amen.
This day help us to a fuller life.
Amen.
We take a short moment of silent prayer and reflection and thanks for this festival, and in thanks for all that is good in our lives and all the benefit we derive from Torah, either with the words on the page or the meditations of our own hearts.
We continue with our prayer for peace, Oseh Shalom, which can be found at the bottom of page 492.
We've come now to our Torah service. It is the highlight of Simchat Torah, where we will process around the sanctuary 7 times with our Torahs. So first, I'd like to invite our first Torah holders to come forward. Rosenthal's, please come down. Matt and Lorelei, please come down. Now, we're all going to get up and march as long as you are comfortable and able to do so. And there are stuffed Torahs down here. There are flags you can wave. You can wave your crown or simply wave your hand in the air. So, everyone who would like to should be able to participate, but we're going to do this safely distanced. So please keep your masks on, and as is a good rule of thumb when we're driving our cars, try to stay 3 car lengths or more behind the person in front of you unless you share a bed with them. Okay? Now, or couch, or house, or whatever it is, right? So, what I'm going to ask everyone to do before we lift the Torahs is I'm going to ask everyone to please stand up and find a socially distanced space around the sanctuary. We're going to, we probably have too many people. So we're going to try to use tonight, to keep things moving in a line, we're going to try to use this aisle and the center aisle as the circle. So if everyone could come into this circle right here. All right. Okay, now, here are the rules of the game. We're going to be going around this way. Okay, so clockwise, we're going to be rotating clockwise up this aisle and down the center aisle. When you pass a Torah stand, we're going to ask that you put the Torah back into the Torah stand to give other people an opportunity to carry it around the room. So, if you're comfortable and able to carry a Torah, please pick one up and proceed around the room if there is one. If not, don't worry, wait till the next revolution. There are plenty of stuffed Torahs which everybody can carry, and of course, there are flags as well. Please remember, when we hold the Torah, we don't hold it vertically in our arms like a baby. We hold it up on our shoulders with both hands at the bottom so that it stays upright. Please remember to keep your masks on and to keep social distancing as much as possible. Throughout the Hakafot, Cantor will keep track of which number we're on. We're going to go to number 7. When you see the number 7 there, you don't have to stop short. Just make sure that the Torahs get into their holders. And once the Torahs are in their holders, then everyone will find their seat. And the cantor and I will then take the Torahs out of their dressing so that we can read the last few words of the Torah and the first few altogether. We're going to be doing that on this podium, facing everyone so everyone can see and enjoy the text of the Torah together. Are you ready? What now? No. Okay, is everybody ready? That's not good enough for me. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
That's it. All right, on the count of 3, I'm going to ask everyone, please rise. And on the count of 3, we're going to start our processional. So pick up those Torahs and let's go. A 1, a 2, a 3.
Kozen Chalem Mazel Tov, Kozen Chalem Mazel Tov, Kozen Chalem Mazel Tov, Inshallah Hein Yom Tov Yitzchit, Kozen Chalem Mazel Tov, Kozen Chalem Mazel Tov, Kozen Chalem Mazel Tov, Inshallah Hein Yom Tov Yitzchit, Yaradai, 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 Chalem Mazel Tov, oy oy oy, Chosen Chalem Mazel Tov, V'shalahein Dayom Tov Yiteit, Chosen Chalem Mazel Tov, Chosen Chalem Mazel Tov, oy oy oy, Chosen Chalem Mazel Tov, V'shalahein Dayom Tov Yiteit, Yada da da da, yada da 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 da, yada
Alright, don't let other people have a turn with the stuffed Torahs as well.
Vanagila v'nislecha, vanagila v'nislecha, havaneranena v'nislecha, havaneranena v'nislecha. Ruachim b'lev samechu, ruachim b'lev samechu, ruachim b'lev samechu, ruachim b'lev sameach. mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov,
All right, this is it, everybody.
simin tov,
Number
mazel tov,
7.
simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov, Helanu, Yehelanu, Uvekol Yisrael. Helanu, Yehelanu, Uvekol Yisrael. Helanu, Yehelanu, Uvekol Yisrael. Helanu, Yehelanu, Uvekol Yisrael.
All right. When you've made your loop, find your seat.
Thank you very much, my son, the doctor, and thank you to all of our Hakafah helpers. I'm facing away from you now so that I can see the Torah, and you hopefully can see the Torah too. We're open in Deuteronomy. These interesting two-column spreads are the Song of Moses from the portion called Ha'azinu. We're going to begin our Torah reading this evening in Deuteronomy chapter 34, verses 10 through 12. We're going to say the Torah blessings together as a congregation, which are on page 507 in your books, page 507. So let's all say the Torah blessing together on page 507. Baruch hu et Adonai hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam
Baruch Adonai hamborach le'olam vahed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol hamim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai
noten haTorah. Amen. Velo kam navi od b'Yisrael k'Moshe asher yadahu Adonai panim el panim lechol ha'otot vehamofetim asher shalacho Adonai la'asot be'eretz Mitzrayim lefar'o ulchol avadav ulchol artso ulchol hayad hachazakah ulchol hamorah hagadol asher asa Moshe le'enei kol Yisrael. Never again did there arise in Israel a prophet like Moses, whom the Eternal singled out face to face for the various signs and portents that the Eternal sent him to display in the land of Egypt against Pharaoh and all his courtiers and his whole country, and for all the great might and awesome power that Moses displayed before all Israel. And at the bottom of page 507, we say, Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Be strong, let us find strength in each other. And I ask all of you to rise as we lift this Torah and prepare our Genesis Torah. Thank you, Rabbi. And now, in just a moment, the Torah will be resting comfortably. Wonderful. Now that the Torahs are resting comfortably, so may all of you. You may be seated. Okay. Our Genesis reading is from, surprisingly, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, oh, there it is. Perfect. So you want to switch spots?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Rabbi. There we go. From the beginning, in the beginning, Breshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Ve'haaretz hayeta tohu vavohu ve'choshech al penei tehom ve'ruach Elohim merachefet al penei hamayim vayomer Elohim yehi or vayhi or vayar Elohim et haor ki tov vayavdel Elohim bein haor uvein hachoshech Vayikra Elohim la'or yom v'lachoshech kara laila vayhi erev vayhi voker yom echad. When God was about to create heaven and earth, the earth was a chaos, unformed, and on the chaotic water's face there was darkness. Then God's Spirit glided over the face of the waters, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And when God saw how good the light was, God divided the light from the darkness. God then called the light day, and called the darkness night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And we say the blessing after the Torah reading together in the middle of page 507. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen. And I ask you all, as we prepare to lift the Torah on page 245 with Vizot HaTorah, please rise. Vizot HaTorah she'asa Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael. U'pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Vizot HaTorah she'asa Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael. U'pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la.
We remain standing as we turn together to page 322. Page 322, just a reminder, blue numbers in the brackets for those of you with a paper edition. Page 322, as I open the ark for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, latin gdula yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu b'goyei ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
May be seated. We continue on page 334. Page 334. Page 598. Page 598. As we thank you very much, everyone. To remember those who we've loved and lost. As we turn to the Mourner's Kaddish together, I ask you to please share the names of those for whom you are observing Shiva, the 7 days following death, Shloshim, the 30 days following death, or observing the Yartzeit anniversary of a loved one's death, or if there's someone who you'd simply like to recall and remember on this Simchat Torah, I ask you to please share their name aloud with the community at this time. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. Their memories will always be for us an abiding blessing. This time I invite all who are in mourning to please rise. All who are observing a Yartzeit to please rise And as is our custom here at Congregation Beth Ahabah, the entire community to rise in support of one another and in memory of all those who came before us, as we turn to the mourner's Kaddish together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, v'yomad yivrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei d'kol beit Yisrael, v'agalau izman kariv imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam alomei almayah, v'yitzbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei d'kudishah barechu, Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran miyama v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'mroma, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel and all the world, and comfort all who mourn among us. And let us say together, Amen.
Amen.
You may be seated. Just a reminder, we are all going out to the courtyard for ice cream and sundaes and leftover sangria. It is all there and ready for us to enjoy. Our closing song, Al Breder.
Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da da da. Ya da. Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da da ay 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 ay. Ho! There's einen Allah Lieder, oi oi, Allah Lieder, wir singen Freilach Lieder, oi oi oi. Und wir halten sich in einem, oi oi, sich in einem, es hat es ist mit Tova keinem, oi oi oi, ay 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 ay, ay 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 ay, ay 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 ay. Ay 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 ay. Oh, there's einen Brief, oh, Kala Enig, mit seinen 40 wenig, oi, oi, oi. Und wir lieben sich doch alle, oi, oi, sich doch alle. Wir hosen mit der Kala, oi, oi, oi. Ay, 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 ay. Ya da da, ya da 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 da. Ya da ba ba ba. Und wir seien Freilach Mutter, oi, oi, Freilach Mutter, singen Lieder, tanzen Mutter, oi, oi, oi. Und wir seien aller Schweizer, oi, oi, aller Schweizer, oi, wir auch rufen des der, oi, 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 ya da 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 ba, ya da da ya. Alan. Und wir seien alle einig, sie will seinen sich wie wenig und wir lieben sich doch alle, wir hosen mit der Kala. Kala, Kala, Kala. Und wir seien Freilach munter, singen Lieder, tanzen unter. Und wir seien alle Schwätzter, Azoi virochol v'sam destem. 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 Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Yara-da, ba-ba, ba-ba, da-da-da.
Hey! Just a reminder, happy dancing children are the sign of a healthy congregation.
Yes.
So if you see happy dancing children, always feel free to join them in the aisles. Now, before we go, a special thanks again to my son, the doctor, who will continue to play
Yes.
during our ice cream reception in the lobby where we can hear and enjoy their music while we're eating out in the courtyard. A reminder, if you come in from the courtyard, to please keep your mask on. The cantor's going to lead us in a special blessing over ice cream right now.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol niyeh bidvaro.
Which means, blessed are you, Adonai our God, through whose words all things exist.
Which is the perfect Simchat Torah blessing.
Which is the
really.
perfect Simchat Torah blessing and the proper blessing over ice cream.
That's right.
So let us all go and enjoy together. Happy Torah, happy Simchat Torah, Hag Sameach, everyone. The New Year season has ended. Shana Tova.
On a high note.
What?
On a high note.